Let's talk about Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, if you were unaware. Don't know why I felt the need to let you know who he is. You know who he is. Let's talk about his performance in this one. There's some things to get to, because again, the numbers are actually terrible. Like, the box score stats are really bad. I didn't think he was that bad in this game, though. I actually thought that he did some nice things, and, I think he's had a great season. To me, I'm not concerned about, like, his health heading into the Super Bowl or anything. So I want to talk about just, after seeing the All-22 footage, kind of some of the missed throws actually make more sense to me, things like that. So let's get into it. Starting off with a play that is probably the most notable play from this game. It's, a couple things to note. For one thing, single safety deep, which is always a risk when you're going up against a team that has A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. I've circled two players who are not Brown or Smith on this play. Looks like they're going to try to do like a pick play thing. But watch how when this play begins, it doesn't work out. I mean, San Francisco all over it, not giving up anything. So, okay, you tried something, didn't work out. A.J. Brown over there is, one-on-one matchup. I was shocked watching this live that Hurts decided not to throw it there. I think he probably should have, but he decides to do something else instead. Watch him instead scramble out, going to scramble towards his left, and eventually you now have a situation where Devonta Smith is about to get, he's not about to get, he is wide open. The safety is not over there to make a play, so this is an opportunity to make the throw, but it's a tough throw, right? Hurts has to throw this off balance, running towards his left as a right-handed quarterback. That's just so difficult. As you see, he throws a catchable ball. It wasn't caught, as we know now, but it was, he gave his receiver a chance. Now, again, would have been an amazing catch had Smith been able to make it. During my video, I think I said it was a little bit too high, but that feels a bit nitpicky now. I mean, you think about just the difficulty of throwing off balance and being able to, throwing to your left. In that situation, you're just probably not going to make a pinpoint accurate throw on that one, but he still came pretty close. So again, was it a perfect throw? No. Was it a good throw? Yeah, I would still say a good throw, and they were able to, they got credit for the completion either way. So there you go. Also, this one was a big one when I watched on the All-22. I said, oh, that's what happened. So here's what's to know. It's a one-on-one matchup with A.J. Brown down the field. Only a single safety deep, so okay. When you see these opportunities, take these opportunities. Makes sense. But right here, when let's start to play for a second. I think what happened here was just a timing thing, which that's what makes these deep shots really so difficult. I mean, people think about deep shots as like an arm strength thing. It's really a timing thing. That's really what makes these plays either difficult or easy. So that's why you sometimes see guys with cannons for arms who can't really hit these deep shots too effectively, or guys who maybe don't have cannons for arms but can hit these deep shots effectively. Jalen Hurts isn't known for having a cannon for an arm, but he hits these deep shots effectively because his timing has been very on point this season, although this play can be a bit off, where I think what happens here is I think he's kind of just expecting Brown to run right by the defensive back, but Brown's obviously got a player to get around, so it's going to slow him down a little bit. But look, because of that, I think that, that little hesitation by Brown caused the throw to be just a bit too far. It's possible I'm making excuses for Hurts as well, but that's what it looked like to me was that happened, which, again, if you're concerned about Hurts' health, this is good news because, hey, just a, slight timing being off. Typically, they're very good at that. Typically, they hit those. They don't hit it every time. So just missing one seems like he's healthy. Seems like there's no real issue to be concerned about there. It was just, again, missed throws, missed plays, they're going to happen. So if it was just a timing issue, well, that's best case scenario. If it was a missed throw, that's still not a terrible scenario. You're going to miss some throws. Might as well get them out of the way here because against Kansas City, it might be tougher to come back from stuff like that. Although, again, going over here, there were some legit missed throws too. Like, that did happen. It was not a perfect day from Hurts. I'm not going to sit here and say he was actually awesome. No, he had some missed throws. This one was one of them where just, zone coverage, simple play, hitting A.J. Brown underneath. Hurts takes the snap. Hurts is going to look towards Brown. Brown is open on this play. He's already cut, so there's no communication thing or anything. But as you see, this throw, it was a bit high. It wasn't terrible. It's but it's a throw he should have made. These are throws that you want to make, and this throw was a bit high. I'm sure that Zach Wilson somewhere was doing the Leonardo DiCaprio point at the TV meme because, it's just one of those throws where, you expect Hurts to be able to make 10 out of 10 times. It's not like it's like a disaster that it was missed, but, there were a couple missed throws in this one. I think that's reasonable to say. However, there was one thing that was actually, I think, very impressive by Hurts, and really, I think this kind of highlighted what makes this Eagles team so difficult to stop is, yes, every now and then, if you're the Chiefs, what you're hoping for is Hurts isn't totally healthy and he'll miss some throws, and maybe that's how you get the victory. I think even in that scenario, you have your work cut out for yourself, and you see the chaos I have written on the screen right here. This is going to be a quarterback-designed run. Couple of things to note. First, you see 2 yellow arrows. We'll talk about those as you have 2 players sort of in the box area for the Niners who can come in and make a play. One of them will get blocked by Jason Kelce, who will be pulling towards the top of the screen. You also have Fred Warner, who's just going to be following the tight end who's running a route towards the right of the screen. Because again, quarterback's taking the snap, running back is not going to be taking the ball right away. You have no reason to assume it's not a passing play, so that's where you're just going to naturally go until then the tight end can hopefully block you at a certain point. Everyone else is getting accounted for because, again, the luxury of this situation of having your quarterback run with the football is you get an extra blocker, and now your halfback can block a safety, and now you're in a situation where you have 10 blockers on display instead of the usual 9, and so that means that there's 11 defenders. Who's the only unblocked player? It's the safety, who is too far away from this play to really have an impact quickly, which means that for this play to work, what San Francisco is going to need is they're going to have somebody win a one-on-one matchup very quickly. That's what they need in their own right. They need a one-on-one matchup win, which, again, can be done. But as you see, it's harder to get done against this Eagles offensive line. I mean, you see, that's where Hurts is, and you just look around him. Everyone's making their block. This is just everyone doing their job effectively. Jalen Hurts rushes, and I gotta be honest, hey, Jalen, the way this game is going, maybe you don't need to take that hit. That's kind of the one thing I would say. You could slide at that point, but it goes to show, even when the throwing was a bit off, he still did things to make plays in this one. And that's just what I like about Hurts, is he does find a way to make plays, and he's always done that. His college career, he always did it. That's why I liked him coming out of college. Hey, every now and then I get a quarterback evaluation right, so I'm happy that I got this one right. Definitely, that's not the norm, I feel like, with me. But, part of what I liked about him was he always was able to make plays in college and was always able to just find a way to have a successful offense, and there's something to that. Even in this game, while his numbers weren't pretty and while some of the tape wasn't pretty, they still put up over 30 points against a very good defense. That's saying something, and he had an impact in that. So in the Super Bowl, where you suspect at times things won't be pretty because that's just how the Super Bowl works, is in a big game, weird stuff happens. Hurts has shown that he can have success in weird. He can find ways to make things happen, and he's done it his whole career. I see no reason why he shouldn't be able to do it in the Super Bowl. And again, I think a couple missed throws, but as a whole, I had no real issue with this performance. I'm expecting us to see MVP candidate Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl, not a 50% Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl from what I saw on tape. But that's just what I saw. Do you agree or do you disagree? What are your thoughts on Jalen Hurts and his NFC Championship performance? Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.